I'm drawing. I'm not playing games. Andrew is.
What?
I accidentally clicked on the games scene, and I was like, wait, why isn't anything streaming? Anyways, how's it going, everybody? Seth here. I got Andrew on the other line. You'll hear him swear in a tiny little bit. But if you want to watch him play Super Mario 3D All-Stars, more importantly, he'll probably be doing this clock level for like an hour in Super Mario 64. Head on over to our Twitch channel.
I like that vote of confidence from you.
I'm confident that you'll not do it. But anyways, you can find our Twitch channel in the description below. I'll also put that in the chat for anybody who would rather click on that, I guess. So anyways, happy Valentine's Day. Wait, that doesn't make any sense. Happy Valentine's Tag.
That doesn't make any sense either. What?
Tag means day in German. I know that because I took high school German.
Oh my god, it's here. Oh my god, just jump on it, Mario.
Jump on it. Jump on it.
Line up in that firewall. We can't get on top.
So I don't know.
That's terrifying.
I was gonna do like a Valentine's Day drawing thing just to be topical. But yeah. I don't know what. So I asked you. You mentioned it earlier, and I asked you earlier, but we never talked about it. How was Muji Roshi? How's the new Naoki Urasawa book?
Give me.
Oh yeah, you're focusing.
Yeah, hold on.
Nope.
I don't know if I need to go on top of this.
I should probably make sure I'm all sounded up. Yeah, I am. As always with yesterday, if anybody's watching and noticing weird audio stuff, I have no knowledge of any audio issues, so please let me know. If anything's too loud, too quiet, too much, too little.
Didn't go on top of the swamp. Fuck. Okay, so was it Mujo Rushi?
You read it.
It was good. I liked it. When it starts really slow, and I was just kind of like, "What is this?" I didn't really understand what it was trying to accomplish. And I was worried it was going in 20th Century Boys direction, where it's not. Just let me turn the fucking camera around so I can see where the hell I'm jumping. For the love of Christ. But I was almost like, I was like 3/4 of the way through it, and I was like, I don't think this is going to come together. I don't really understand what it's doing. It felt, at the beginning, it felt like it was all like stream of consciousness. Like, it felt like something that was just kind of like he was winging it.
Now, I sent you the Wikipedia on it. You know, this was like a collaboration project, right?
No, I did not know that. Like Pluto?
No, the Louvre was like, hey, the Louvre did an exhibit on manga as art. And Urasawa, there was some connection with Urasawa, and then the Louvre was like, hey, you should do a thing for us. And he's like, well, I can't right now. And so this is that project.
Gotcha.
So by collaboration, I mean it's Urasawa, but I don't think this was like a story he was like, I gotta tell this, I gotta get this story out there.
Well, I will say, like, in the end, it does come together. Not perfectly, but in a way that I felt was pretty satisfying. And I was surprised because I really thought it wasn't going to like stick any sort of landing. Oh, for fuck's sake! But I liked it quite a bit. How do I get up there? I can't triple jump. I trust it.
Yeah, about 4 years earlier, Urasawa was approached by the Louvre Museum in France with a request to write a series. He could not immediately respond due to his workload at the time, but the project came to realization in 2017. Urasawa was given special access to areas of the Louvre usually unavailable to visitors, such as the basement, attic, and the museum at night. It features a character. I guess it does feature a character, Iami, from Fujio Akatsuka's classic comedy manga, Osomatsu-kun.
Yeah, I saw that. As something that the Louvre, I was gonna say asked you to do, but I'd say more. It's a little surprising that it's something that they
is credited with special cooperation.
I was gonna say it's a little weird that they.
Since it's all about stealing things in the Louvre.
Yeah, but then again, it's not like the Louvre hasn't been like actually used for filming for heists before. And it's something different than that, but it is. I don't know. I liked it. I was surprised.
In 2019,
like it, but just like I did not think it was going to really come together.
In 2019, Urasawa stated that he had slight concerns about Mujirushi being published in English because, quote, major animation or film studios could take offense or maybe draw some non-existent similarities between my work and their work. He also said that there is a presidential candidate in the series who looks very similar to the then president of the United States, Donald Trump. Quote, for some strange reason, but I have no intention. That's not really how I wrote it.
I thought that it is so like weirdly on the god damn it. It is like so weirdly on the nose that I thought it was some kind of commentary. Not really commentary because it doesn't really say much more.
But just like
Trump's an idiot.
But more of a like this is what it's supposed to be rather than just like, well,
yeah.
That happened.
It seems like something that's kind of taking the piss a little. I should have been. I thought I would get past it. Oh, this is going great. But yeah, something I didn't like. Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite fucking sucks.
At least it was only like $10.
It's. Well, no, it was like $17 or something because I wanted the extra characters.
Oh, that's fair. Although now you don't want them, so it's...
Yeah, they should have just bought it for $10. I mean, as like a fighting game, like to play with friends when you're hanging out, it's probably fine. As a successor to Marvel vs. Capcom 1, 2, 3, that X-Men fighting game, and the Avengers fighting game, the Marvel fighting game, it's horrid. It feels like. Remember when did you play Ultimate Alliance 2?
Yeah.
Remember when Ultimate Alliance 2 came out and it was like, it felt like someone who was told about Ultimate Alliance but didn't quite know or understand what it was?
Mm-hmm.
That's what this feels like. It does not feel like it's made by the same company. It's got like, certain animations are similar, movesets are similar, but it all feels wrong. It's horrendously rigid. Like movement just doesn't feel right. The actual like attacking and everything is faster, but it feels like I am constantly too far away. It doesn't feel like there are easy ways to clear the gap. Special moves feel like they're way harder to pull off because like the nice thing about Marvel vs. Capcom, and I know I say this as a filthy casual who doesn't play a lot of fighting games,
but likes them.
The nice thing about Marvel vs. Capcom is that it's like anybody can sit down and play it, and unless you're playing with someone who is like insanely good, anybody can kind of compete by just like wiggling the stick and hitting buttons and feeling like you're accomplishing stuff, and it's not it's not a game where button mashing feels cheap. It's a game where it feels like button mashing is equally as valid as actually knowing what the hell you're doing. And you may disagree with that, but that's kind of how I always approached it. It was always just a game that, like, I knew certain moves for characters and I was better with others, but I could pick any character at random and, like, wiggle the stick and smash buttons and feel like I was accomplishing stuff.
I think, to chime in, I mean, that's how I play fighting games. I mean, I have zero interest in competitive video games. And
Mario falls off of fucking everything until I'm trying. And then he grabs onto every ledge for dear life.
We've played a ton of Marvel vs. Capcom 3. I played a ton of Soul Calibur. Never competitively. But I think when it comes to button mashing, I don't know if I would say...
I feel like, just not to cut you off and you can say what you're going to say, but I feel like we're approaching, like, me having to defend a point I wasn't exactly making.
Okay.
But
I was just going to say, I don't think button mashing is in the design of Marvel vs. Capcom.
No, I'm not saying it's in the design, but I feel like it is a game where, like, I've played games where button mashing is cheap. Like, just, it is unfun if someone button mashes.
Like
Marvel vs. Capcom, it feels like you can hand someone a controller and tell them, like, these are all the buttons that do attacks. You'll do different attacks if you wiggle the stick, and maybe tell them, like, quarter circle this, quarter circle back, quarter circle forward, hit this, and you'll do a thing. And then they can play. You're never going to be as good as someone who knows what they're doing, but you can, like, play and compete and sometimes, like, squeak out a win just because everybody's kind of like, it's a flashy game. I feel like it's the better version of, like, a flashy anime fighter. But Infinite is not, like, Infinite is that, like, on the surface, but one, it's ugly. It is ugly as sin. It is such a gross looking game. Even like the characters' designs aren't good, but it's, like, colorful and everything, and, like, graphically it's not bad. It's just, like, design wise it's gross. But even just, like, the HUD isn't good. It feels really basic and bland. It feels like someone was asked to make Marvel vs. Capcom who was not involved in any way in the original process of making Marvel vs. Capcom. It feels more rigid. It adds that simple air combo thing that is in Cross Tag, where I don't mind it, and Fighters, where I hate it, where you can just, like, hit one button and you just automatically do a combo.
Mm-hmm.
I personally hate that. I think it's nice in theory because it makes the game more accessible to people who don't know what they're doing, so they can just kind of hit one button and do things. But I feel like it punishes anybody who doesn't know what they're doing if they try to break out of that.
What does Cross Tag Battle do?
Cross Tag Battle felt like it was an easy combo that still could be, like, broken up. Marvel vs. Capcom is a little better than Fighters, but in Fighters, like, it is literally like you lock into that combo, and there's nothing your opponent can do, and there's no reason to not continue doing that combo once you've started it. Unless you are, like, super good and know how to, like, pull off something a little more involved. How do I get over there? I don't know.
I just wondered what you said you liked it, and I just wanted to I just wanted context, I guess.
Like in Cross Tag, it has a simple combo where you can just kind of, like, hit one button and, like, smash that button and do a combo, but you can also, like, break. It doesn't feel like you are locked into anything. It just feels like you can hit this button and it'll do a combo and it'll look flashy and neat and accomplish something, but you can also, like, do more. I don't know. The story is also atrocious. it is complete nonsense, and not in a fun fighting game way, but in just like a they're not even trying way. It's impossible to follow. It's not interesting at all. 90% of the battles are just against like mooks, and I felt like the game like was because, and I will grant it that I didn't really know everything that I was doing, but it felt like in the story mode, if I was not hitting square and nothing but square, I would die. In fighters, god damn it, in fighters, the story mode is boring because you can just like hit square and win.
Yeah.
But in Marvel vs. Capcom, it felt like hit square and maybe win, hit anything else, and you're almost guaranteed to suddenly like take a ton of damage and lose against a mook. Sometimes the mooks are like painfully stupid, but it really depends. I was getting really frustrated with it. The story's awful and unfun. Everything feels rigid and gross. It didn't feel like it was. I felt like I was having a lot of trouble pulling off anything. And I have like movesets like ingrained into my skull. Like I know how to pull off combos and stuff in that game, and I felt like I could not do it in this one. And I mean, maybe it's me, but I don't know. I did not enjoy it. I think it would be fun to play with another person, like sitting on the couch and whatnot, but not as fun as the other games were.
Right.
In the end, like I would rather play like I can't believe I enjoyed Injustice 2 more. The stupid Infinity Stone stuff is nonsense. I had no idea what they were doing, what they were accomplishing, and I really did not like that they took up buttons for that.
I was always, everybody else, I mean, having never played it, everybody else always hated the Infinity Stone stuff. That was like the part of the game that I was most intrigued by. Because I liked the idea of like picking an Infinity Stone to kind of guide a strategy, which I don't necessarily, at least as far as I play fighting games, I don't necessarily feel is a part in a lot of fighting games. But I've only heard negativity about it. I've only heard criticism for it.
They're poorly implemented. The fact that they in putting them in, it removed that third character and changed one button. It's just I really do not like the Infinity Stone stuff. It doesn't help. Like I would say like, okay, I went into the story mode and I didn't really know what I was doing, but I thought the story mode would like kind of like teach you the basics. That's not even half true. When you get to the first battle in story mode, it says press square to do a simple combo, and I thought, okay, it's teaching me all the basic combos, you know, like these games usually do. That is the last it teaches you anything until you're able to switch a character. It never teaches you that any of the other buttons do anything. It never teaches you how to pull off a combo. It doesn't. If you don't know what you're doing, you have no idea how to read the character commands. If you go, like, you could defend it and say, like, well, you could go into the menu and look at, like, you could pause the game and look at your character commands. You have no idea how to read that if you don't know, because the game doesn't teach you. They're just symbols. Because they're not even buttons. Because It does that thing where it's like high punch, or heavy punch, light punch, heavy kick, low kick, but it doesn't tell you what those buttons are unless you go into the controller manual.
Right.
It is abysmal. It does not teach you what you're doing. When it gives you an Infinity Stone for the first time, it says press this button to use the Infinity Stone for its like base power, and it'll like charge some meter. It doesn't tell you what the meter charging does. whatever. And it says each Infinity Stone does something different. It never tells you what any of the Infinity Stones do. It doesn't tell you what the Infinity Stone that it gives you to teach you does. There's no screen that pops up and says, like, this is what each stone does. It's not saying, like, you currently have the Mind Stone because that's what the story is giving you at this time. This is what the Mind Stone does. It never tells you. So you press that button and you're leaving yourself open because you have no fucking idea what it does. The only one that I know for certain what it does is time, because it was a dash, and that was the only one that I liked because it helped me close the gap, because every fucking character in this game punches 3 inches in front of their face, and that is it. But when you're fighting against the computer, they know how to do all the other shit, so they're doing projectile attacks and stuff, and I'm just like, I just need to get, like, you have to be, like, literally frame, like, on the same frame as that character to land. It was so frustrating to watch me just, like, whiff hits. Like, when it made me play as Thanos, almost all of Thanos' attacks, the only ones that have range are too slow, and he would get stunned every time. And the only ones that would hit, you had to literally be, like, against that person's face. But, like, it doesn't teach you the stones. You can't. I thought, okay, maybe you go into the tell you what your stones do. They do not. The only way to know what those stones do is during an actual, like, match, like a arcade or local match or anything like that. When you pick your stones, it will tell you what they do. But it doesn't. I don't even think it explains them very well. So, like, when I got into a battle, it's like, you can switch between stones by clicking in the right stick. I was like, I don't even know what any of these stones do, and I can't afford to waste time using them not knowing what they do, because every action taken in a fighting game like this, especially one that's, like, fast like this, is just leaving yourself open if it's not going to connect. It's bad. Like, I've bought a lot of fighting games that I played for a little bit and then never really touched again, and I've never regretted them. This is, like, my first fighting game regret.
What about fighters?
I don't hate fighters. I don't like fighters. I regret buying fighters full price because it didn't work online. But, like, I have had fun playing fighters on the couch with you. I have had fun. I had a little bit of fun early on in the story before it got, like, insanely boring.
Yeah.
But, like, at first, when it was just, like, goofy and stupid, I love, like, fighting game logic for stuff.
I guess I am always just under the impression that you've always been really vocal about it, and so I've always kind of taken that as a.
I have been. I think part of it is the fact that, like, everybody loves fighters, and I don't think it's that good. Like, I think it is a very pretty looking fighting game. I think it is fun to play on a couch with two people who don't know what they're doing. I don't think it's as fun as other games to play on a couch with two people who don't know what they're doing. I really hate the simple combo system. I think it is horrid. I wish it was not in there. And it's not even, like, something you can ignore. Like, you could just not do it, but because it's, like, kind of mapped to just, like, what my primal instincts tell me to hit buttons for, it just locks me into these stupid combos. It's not fun to lock your opponent into this combo where they go sailing, and it's not fun to be locked into your opponent hitting you with it. I do not think it's good, but it's fine. Like, it's fun. I don't regret owning it. I regret paying full price for it, especially because it has been consistently going down lower and lower. I think at one point it was like $5.
Right.
But I mean, I'll still, like, I don't have the newest character pass, but whenever that goes on sale, I'll buy it, because, like, it will be, whatever that sale price is, will be worth the, like, next time I hang out with you or someone who's willing to sit down and play it and just, like, do the horrible randomization where it just gives us Goku over and over again, which in the game's defense is, like, half the roster. But, like, I like Injustice. I don't love Injustice, but it's, like, stupid enough that a lot of it, like, kind of works for me, and it's also, like, it is a game where I can have the Ninja Turtles fight against Hellboy, so I can't really complain. I've never bought, but I've played some Mortal Kombats, and they were always fun to just kind of, like, burn through the story wasn't fun to play through the story. I started going into an arcade mode last night because it's how you unlock more colors for people, and it's painfully unfun. I was not having fun with it.
That's too bad.
And when you come, like, we can try it out. Like I said,
Right.
it's probably fun enough, but like I feel like even if it is like fun enough to play, like in the end result is I'd rather be playing 3
or anything else.
Yeah, but I'm like I've said this before, like I am someone who is like endlessly fascinated with fighting games. I just love, like, for fuck's sake. I like fighting games. I'm not good at them. I do not care about playing them competitively at all, but there's just like something fun about the large roster of characters and just like the flashy nonsense of it all.
That's how I am. I mean, I think for me,
whenever there's sales, I always look at all the fighting games and I'm like, and I'll buy like stuff for $5. I was eyeballing Dead or Alive because I have not played Dead or Alive in a long time. And so
the PS4 had like a free Dead or Alive. You can get like a couple characters for free.
But I've got like Mortal Kombat was free on that PlayStation thing. Street Fighter 4 or 5 was free. I like a good Soul Calibur. The last Soul Calibur I bought, I didn't even play the story. I just made a bunch of stupid characters and customization, and like that was worth the $5 that I paid for the game.
Yeah, I mean, I think what does it for me with fighters is I think the cast is important, and I think kind of that pizzazz and flashiness. I've always gravitated towards Samurai Showdown and Soul Calibur, and I like weapon fighters. And
there was a Mortal Kombat I remember playing.
I never got into Mortal Kombat.
I don't like Mortal Kombat. I remember one where
I don't like the juggling.
You had weapons. Why did I even climb that? That was not a good idea. You had weapons, and you could like. There's one that you could switch between stances, and maybe it's the same one where you could switch between stances, and one had a weapon, and you could like impale your opponent with the weapon, but then you lost the weapon for the rest of the fight, but it took like a huge chunk of their health. Like I like Soul Calibur. I've never liked Mortal Kombat, but I have had fun with Mortal Kombat. Colin and I rented. I don't even remember which one.
Do you remember playing Mortal Kombat against Kurt?
Yeah. It was not a fun time.
Was it fun for him?
He really seemed to enjoy winning.
He plays Mortal Kombat like he plays the DC Universe RPG.
That is like
when I finally had to be like, fuck it, Kurt, your Green Lantern ring doesn't work anymore. Stop it.
He plays to win. I guess in theory there's nothing wrong with that. But it's like not.
As long as everyone's on the same page.
Yeah. It was just. Because I remember. I've said this before. We all kind of ruined your Dogs of the Vineyard game.
Well, that was also my fault as a GM, and not being able to say no. And I'm horribly bad at when people are creating characters and they're like, my idea is to make a game-breakingly unfun thing, and I'm just like, if that's what you want, then if I say yeah, then it'll be fine. Like, you'll like it. As opposed to me saying no and being like, no, that's not gonna work. Do something else. It also doesn't help that, like, I think from other people, like, I was less worried about you playing a werewolf although that doesn't really, I mean, I should have said no to that, but I have more faith in you playing a werewolf than I did Kurt playing
angel who knew all the
a godly, powerful angel who could do no wrong and who could immediately win. And like,
I remember he had like
oh, my character is like the best ever. Like, I don't know. It's
I remember he had wings that wings that could defend against any attack, and his feathers could heal any wound, and he knew all the scriptures of God, which allowed him to do like, because I think wasn't there something about dogs that I don't remember. Something about that, like knowing all the scriptures of God was also game breaking. It was like literally everything from his like character's hair color to their abilities was like game breaking.
Yeah, and the problem, like, I like Dogs in the Vineyard as kind of a higher supernatural. I like in the climax when there's like an actual like manifestation or possession of something. And it's, you know, I think it's an interesting idea, and I would like the stories built around a lower supernatural game. But I think where it hits great for me is, like, I don't want demons from the get-go, but I like that climax demon. And so what I also don't care for is the extreme supernatural, where if a player character is an angel and an all-powerful angel, then it's just like my antagonist has to be literally Satan. And there just needs to be like this giant hell battle.
Oh my god, Mario.
That I don't necessarily care for, especially in that setting.
It's a problem in all Mario games, but I think it's been a rather prevalent one in 64. But Mario, like, the platforming in this is so hard because Mario just like is so unwieldy. He grabs onto every ledge that I need him to fall off of, because you like have to jump off of ledges. If you try and my instinct is always to just walk off a ledge, because a jump, Mario always jumps too far or has too much hang time, and so he misses stuff. So I need him to just step off of the ledge and land below you. But he grabs onto shit all the time until I need him to. He like constantly, like when I'm trying to make jumps, he like flies off of shit. And I remember hating this level as a kid. I remember absolutely despising this level. It's all just like waiting on this stupid magic carpet, and not only do you have to like
Did you beat the clock?
back upwards, yeah. Not only do you have to like line yourself up with the stupid carpet and all stuff, like you have to like if you have to like occasionally jump off this thing, and it's not just like you got to get back on it before it moves. You got to get back on it before it disappears. So like you can make it there, and then in the game it's just like, nope, you weren't fast enough. The carpet disappeared because fuck you. And like these stupid platforms here, I tried to just like walk off of because I got nervous about dropping down because I didn't want the stupid. Oh my god! God damn it, Mario! Oh, cool. I didn't land where I thought I would. And like I keep saying, the camera.
There it is. Say the line.
Having to navigate this stupid fucking
say the line. Say the line.
Rails course without being able to put the camera where I need it, and having quick sudden jumps where I have to like jump at a weird angle or like jump towards the camera because Mario is, or because the camera is no longer facing where I need it to. I really don't like Mario 64. It's an achievement for 1990, whenever the fuck. It is an absolute piece of garbage trash in 2021.
Chris and I played some Mario last night, 3D World, and I think now I really loved 3D Land. However, I don't remember much of it. I will say I was getting frustrated with 3D World's camera and slipperiness.
I've had a little bit of issue with slipperiness.
We were doing the there's like the level in World 3 where you have to, there's all like the little moving gates or moving chain link fence things.
Yeah, Pete and I were doing that one for a bit.
And it's just like, as soon as you jump, I don't know where I am in space.
Yeah.
And so I kind of ended up jumping off a lot or not really knowing where I was going to land.
I will say, I mean, I've had some difficulties with it, but I've seen a lot of complaints about the camera, and I honestly don't know where they come from. I have not had any issue with the camera in that game because it's all like kind of fixed where I need it to be.
See, and I guess my problem with the camera comes from as soon as you jump, I have trouble knowing where I am in space.
I've had a bit of that.
And because you're so slippery, like as soon as you land, like there was a lot of instances where it's just like if there is a lone block, sometimes that can be frustratingly hard for what it is. Because unless you just like slowly move underneath the block shadow, you're probably going to miss it. Let alone if you're trying to jump on top of a block. And like last night I dealt with a ton of just like, and I slid. And like, God, I just want to get on this block. Like, oh, I'm not directly...
That level, I will say, was very frustrating. I will also say, Pete is like allergic to the ground.
Kirsten just like always, like once she hits the jump button, she's like, I guess I'm jumping until I'm dead.
I kind of get that though. I have a bad habit of like jumping to course correct.
I do that somewhat
because
too.
It keeps you from sliding, but then you just got that hang time, so then you're just like constantly like up.
And you're like, where am I going to fall?
But yeah, I haven't really had much problem with it. There are some levels that are frustrating. Any level with a moving camera, which that chain fence one was, can go suck an egg. Especially, I will say the game becomes far more complicated with more people.
Mm-hmm.
Certain things are easier, but 90% of the game becomes more complicated because you never know who. I still am not entirely certain
how it picks the camera.
Yeah, and there's a lot of like little things that just become really frustrating really fast. But I didn't really have much of an issue.
And it probably doesn't help that I think World 3 was like the first time for us that it felt like that's where the learning curve kind of came in.
Mm-hmm.
1 and 2 are kind of cakewalky and boring in a way.
Yeah.
And I think 3, like, yeah, you don't want it to be boring all the time, but that one was just like, okay, this is like getting annoying.
like I said, the moving camera levels can suck my ass.
Is that what you do to that part?
They're just like unbearably unfun. Some of them are okay, but it's really frustrating, especially like trying to collect crap. God damn it, son of a bitch! Fuck. God fucking damn it! Why? Someone thought this was fun. Someone made this and said this is.
Maybe they made it. Maybe they didn't think it was fun, and they're just like, I hate gamers.
Like, I don't even know what I'm supposed to do now. Like, do I just commit suicide? I can't go anymore.
The answer is never to commit suicide.
And they decided that this is what they were doing.
So we talked about fighting games, and so I'm making like this fighting game character. And I hate it, but I kind of love it.
Sounds about right.
I was like, what if I just make this stupid, like, gorilla man? And he has boxing gloves on his feet, and he walks on his hands.
Like Sebulba?
What?
Sebulba.
Who's Sebulba? He's a podcaster.
He's a pod racer.
I don't know why that's so funny to me. Calling Sebulba a podcaster, and then just being like, he's a pod racer.
Oh boy, I hate this level so much. I want to just skip it.
Do it.
Nope. I got.
I'll be the only one that judges you.
Fucking game. Besides, if I finish this game, well, then what am I gonna do while you draw?
You're gonna play 3D World.
I guess I could. Started with a little bit.
Yeah, before we all showed up. You did what? Oh, Bowser's Fury.
I don't like Bowser's Fury has a like that, you know, Bowser's Fury mode where he like rises out.
I've heard it's like
It's like-
Odyssey DLC. It's like a different game.
I wouldn't say it's. I mean, it doesn't feel like Odyssey. It feels more like. Oh, come on! Why did I butt stomp?
Because that's his
It
signature
feels
move.
like,
Say the line.
it feels like 3D, like an extension of 3D World. Like it's got like a bigger world, which I guess is Odyssey. Like I've heard some people say it's like Breath of the Wild, where like all the worlds are connected. But I mean, it's really just like one big level segmented into much smaller levels. I don't know. I wouldn't. I don't think it shares much in common with Odyssey. But I was enjoying it. But like the Bowser stuff when he rises out of the ocean became overwhelming, and I thought I could predict his attacks, but I wasn't able to, and I kept like getting hit, and I didn't really know what I needed to do. And then like the last time I played it gave me a hint where it's like, you can go to the lighthouse. I think you're just supposed to wait it out. Unless you can get to a star while he's doing it, and that will like scare him away and chip away a bit of his health. But it was just kind of annoying to be in the middle of something. It's kind of like, you know, when lightning strikes in Zelda, or like when it rains and you want to like climb on something.
And you're just like, I
like,
guess
I'm
I'll
gonna
wait it
fucking-
out.
Yeah, like waiting is not a fun game mechanic. And when the entire core concept of your like new game is based around waiting, it's kind of like,
Me?
no, I'm saying like what are like the game designers doing?
Yeah.
I don't like that because Mario, like I keep saying this, but Mario is like this weird round. What the find out what this is. Cool, I'm not gonna find out what that is. God damn it. I don't remember what I was saying.
You were talking about waiting as a game mechanic. That's fine.
I say that in this level where waiting is a game mechanic. I think I told you I don't mind the camera in 3D World. I do mind it in
Bowser's Fury.
Bowser's Fury. Which is strange because it, on a surface level, does exactly what I've always asked, would make complete free control of the camera.
But now it's calling your bluff.
Well, the problem... Well, fuck you, Mario! Mario has to take such wide fucking turns, he can't just, like, adjust. Oh, cool, this doesn't come back? Fucking fight me. Oh, it does come back. I was gonna say, a level where, like, I just, like, get locked out. Stupid. Also, why did that wind blow when I tried to jump over there last time? But it gives you complete control, but it also doesn't ever take control away when, like, stuff is going on. So, like, when you're trying to do, like, a time trial, or, like, when Bowser stuff is going on, and you're trying to, like, look in a specific direction, like, let's say you're running up a staircase that, you know, every 10 stairs, the staircase turns 90 degrees. That means, like, if you want to properly see where you're going, you want the camera oriented most likely behind you, but at least, like, there's always one direction that you don't want the camera facing.
Mm-hmm.
So the game should kind of orient the camera so that you don't have to take your thumb off of the button that's jumping, which you need to navigate all of this stuff. Now we're off the stairs metaphor, but you need to jump to navigate these levels. But you also need to take your thumb off the jump to move the camera. And if you are also, like, against a timer or something else, then it just, like, creates, like, then you're just, like, not able to see. And then you keep, like, I constantly was, like, missing jumps or falling off of shit because I couldn't actually, like, see anything because I wasn't able to control the camera. And it wasn't a lot. It was very minor. But it was something where it's just, like, I don't know why, like, camera control is so difficult for these games to handle. 'Cause I don't remember having a lot of trouble in Odyssey. Maybe I did.
If I know you probably did. Man, you'd think boxing gloves are easy to draw, because they're just, like, a circle. Maybe I should just draw it as a circle.
Hands.
They're like mittens, but hurt mittens.
For kittens. Did you say about Hercules?
But hurt mittens.
Oh, Hercules. That is the term.
Maybe I should just draw these as a big circle.
Alright, whatever. I
Yeah.
hate these stupid boxes that have a 1-up in them.
Because you're
Because
like, I don't
they
need
always-
lives.
No, because the idea should be, I don't know, the fact that I gotta, like, chase it down, like, I know you chase 1-ups in the other Mario games, because they'll move across the level, but in a 2D game, it's much easier to just, like, chase it down. In a 3D game, their idea is, like, it pops out of the bubble, or out of the box, and it, like, spins around in the air for a while, and then it, like, then it starts moving across the level. So the idea is you, like, jump up and you have, like, some hang time in the air after you break the box, and then the idea is, like, I always think, like, I should just be able to jump in the air and grab it, but that only works, like, maybe 1 out of 20 times, and then it, like, lands, and then you gotta, like, chase after it, but you're always, like, up somewhere where you can't, where you'll fall and lose all your progress. It's just like, just don't give me lives then. If you're gonna make it this annoying, just
Well, I mean, everybody, like, we've had this talk before about lives in Mario, and I don't think
Irrelevant.
yeah, like people complain when they take lives out because they're like, "Where's the challenge?" Like, yeah, we're just making things easier, and it's like lives were never a like, who cares?
Lives exist for arcade machines to pump in more quarters, and in a Mario game, like, because when you lose, all you do is you like in this game. When you die for realsies, you don't get kicked out of the painting. You get kicked out of the game. And then you gotta, like, make your way back through the castle. So it's obnoxious, but it doesn't, like... It's not accomplishing anything. It's just being annoying to be annoying. To put, like, some weight on it. Like, the only nice thing about these is, like, running out of lives, I can just be like, alright, I'm fucking done playing now.
Mm-hmm. Well, and, like...
You don't save lives in this game. Like, if you quit the game, you don't save lives. Like, you don't come back with all the lives you had. You always come back with 3.
Well, and the other thing is that, like, people complain about coins in Mario games, and I've heard people say that, like, Odyssey did a really good job at getting rid of or solving Mario's coin economy, because you used it for, like, costumes and stuff, which could either just be fun or give you access to new content or whatever. And I think
one thing I will say is I think, like, it's nice that it put an economy to coins, but I feel like it made everything's too expensive. Like, it takes a lot of coins to get anything in that game, but that's a very minor complaint.
Well, and it's better than coins being nothing.
Better than just, like, collecting coins for an extra health or a 1-up,
which already has a terrible economy.
Yeah. What am I doing? I can't see. Cool. Lost that hat. Can't see where I am or where I'm going. Why did I? Oh fuck! I forgot to get a triple jump. Oh, hey Gazzo! I didn't even see you were in here. Oh god. I'm gonna be honest, don't even know what that means.
What?
Said it's raid time.
You don't know what a raid is?
Nope. Well, not in any context that would be relevant here.
What, on Twitch? Where people do raids?
Yeah, I don't know.
Like, play video games? And then, like, do a raid in a video game?
Yeah, but I don't know what that's relevant here in Mario or you drawing.
It's not, but it is on Twitch.
Exactly.
And, like, Gazzo jumping on to play a game.
Yeah, I don't think that's the context. He's not the one that said it.
Oh, who did? What is happening?
I don't know, but you're pissing me off.
You said. I guess to me it makes sense to say raid on, like. It's
To
time
jump
for
into someone saying playing Mario 64 and say it's. See, a Twitch raid. See, I think that's a Twitch relevant thing, but I don't know what that. what I'm getting at, Seth.
Okay.
I don't want to do that red coin thing. I don't like that flying hat. I honestly don't like any of the levels in this room. I remember these giving me nightmares as a kid. Oh, Gazzo sent all his viewers to our channel, and that's a Twitch rate.
That's nice. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Just in time for me to jump off.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I don't know how much longer I'm gonna be going, especially with how frustrating these levels are. I'm not super enthused to keep riding this stupid magic carpet. What am I doing? I don't know where I am. I thought I followed the only two paths. I don't know where I go from here.
What if you don't? Is it just because you've listened to it a bunch of times?
A little bit. It's also really annoying. But there's only like, there aren't a ton of tracks in Mario 64.
It was a 64 game.
But you just kind of get the same couple tracks repeated in different levels. This stupid little, like, race jingle. I think it also just stresses me out because it's the one that plays when you do races, but this is like the entire course, which is like its own like weird race because you have to, like, you can lose this carpet by jumping off of it and whatnot, but it just gives me general anxiety. It's like, oh, no, Mario, God damn it, Mario. Do you believe people speedrun this?
People slow run that too.
I hope there really are only 120 stars. I'm only 21 away from the sweet release of death.
Oh, you think death is the sweet release? Someone doesn't subscribe to Buddhism. Is that true? You don't subscribe to Buddhism?
It is. I send it all to my spam folder. Yeah, I never realized there was this whole area.
Oh boy, am I getting loose with this, and not in a good way. Shoot what?
I didn't realize that I had to wait for it. I was like just kind of running with the momentum. Didn't realize that there was a platform. Just kind of shitty. Oh, come on. These are the tricky triangles.
So you know how everyone's thinks their dreams are crazy, and then they tell you them, and you're just like, this is stupid. Like, no one cares less about your dreams than... Well, everyone cares less about your dreams.
Thanks, bud. I knew I could count on you to bring me up.
No, I mean, that's like...
I know. The fact that you just were like, no one cares about your dreams. I was making a joke. You're fine. What's up?
I had a dream last night where it was like...
Oh, great.
Well, that's why I preluded it with no one cares about this stuff. But I had a dream. I need to get this out. I had a dream last night where I was like, it was me and Kirsten and the Queen of England, and we were like fighting some sort of weird satanic cult in like an old town. And that was kind of it. But I don't know where that came from. Like, I wish I knew why I had that.
That involved either satanic.
No, we played Mario.
I think that explains it.
Someone else was there. I don't remember who. And I just remember, like, some of them had superpowers, like super demon powers. And they were watching, like, a weird folk movie. And we were like... It was just like... It was kind of like a weird Resident Evil town. But again, just to prove my point, no one cares less about your dreams than everyone.
God, I'm getting worse. Oh. No. How do I do this? There's not enough time and Mario's not reliable. Just turn around. Sometimes it's... Okay. About face. Changing the motion in any way. I would get this star done. I would have one star left for this stupid world and I'd be fucking done. Oh my god! I've been trying to do that stupid sideways jump. He has not been doing it until right then. There we go. Please tell me that's the last star. I think it's only number 5.
How'd that go?
The other day, last night. The one I painted last night, I only focused on one, and it looks like I went in this morning, and it looks like garbage. Like I put the wash on it and everything, and it didn't look great last night. But they always never look great. And then I put the wash on. I'm like, yeah, they're fine. Like the last several I did, I don't think look that great. I don't really know what's wrong. I don't know if I just have been out of practice for too long.
Maybe you're just not letting them look great. Maybe they do look great, and you just don't want to believe it.
No, they look pretty bad. Where is this last star? Somewhere over the rainbow does not help me. I need to know where this
Got him!
course that's just like it's not a course that's fun to like experiment. You have to like pick a direction and you're kind of stuck there. And if you're in the wrong area, you're just kind of fucked.
Would even begin to mean.
These magic carpets follow a rainbow. But what over the rainbow could mean like literally anywhere on this. And I've been over the course. I don't know where else it can go. Everything kind of like dead ends at that point. Oh, it's probably that. Yeah.
There's my awful fighting game character.
Where the fuck is the... I gotta find the stupid pink guy to open this cannon, because I think that's what I don't know where the hell he is now. You know, we're just gonna Google it. I don't got...
Oh, I guess this is my Valentine's Day drawing. Which is stupid. Are you still there?
Yep.
I think I am going to be on my way out.
I think I'm gonna go to Mario is ticking me off. I think I have to like start this whole course over again anyway. So I'm gonna get off. Gazzo, if you're still there, thanks for popping in. Normally I'm here longer on Sunday, but
On any given Sunday.
So, see you later. This weekend just like flew by. I'm not happy about it.
I'm sorry.
It's fine. Just Friday flew, and then yesterday I flew by way faster than I expected, and I passed out on the couch for 3 hours, which threw me off. All right, I'm gonna get off here.
Yep, sounds good. I'm going to close out soon here too. All right. So, yeah. Thanks for hanging out. Oh, thank you. It's messy, but it's drawn. I'll take it. The concept's fun. But yeah, thanks for stopping by, watching me draw. Let's see. Let's see, what am I thinking here? Yeah, if you liked it, tell a friend. If you didn't like it, lie to a friend. Check out the links in the description below. That's going to be all our social media and everything. Interact with those, like, smash, bell, subscribe, whatever. Any little bit of support is super cool to see. Not to mention, it'll keep you updated on who's going live with what when. Tomorrow, I believe Colin and I are starting The Path to Carcosa in Arkham Horror the card game. I believe Tuesday should be my last foray into Alien Isolation. And I think Wednesday game night is back up, but I need to double check that as well. So stay tuned for those. Again, if you interact with all those buttons and links and whatnot, you'll certainly know when and where those will be. They should be 8 p.m. Eastern time, but yeah, I think I'm gonna head out. So happy Valentine's Day, and have a good rest of your day. Bye.